Well, hello there, and how are you? I've already prepped my face with this Hollywood Beauty Tea Tree oil, and this is going to be kind of a cheap shave, an inexpensive shave at any rate. My razor is going to be this three-piece RazoRock DE1 razor, which, I don't know, it looks like one of those Bali razors or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what this is. And oh, you might just barely be able to see where it says RazoRock. Yeah, it's showing up pretty good. RazoRock there on the cap. My soap, very cheap, inexpensive starter soap, is going to be this Van Yule. It's the regular Van Yule soap that comes with the kit. In fact, I went ahead and instead of just buying one of these, I bought the kit for about $9, I think, a little bit more than that, 10 with tax. I had a kit like that I started with years ago and ended up leaving it somewhere. So I got this, and I'm not going to use the kit today, but I am going to use, instead of the regular boar brush that comes with that, I'm going to use this Vie-Long horsehair brush. And I lathered for about a minute and a half, and I didn't get much lather on the brush. Excuse me. I'm going to try to, well, I'm going to pour some water here and just wet the tips of the brush with the soap on it here. I'll try to get a lather started here. I hope you're all doing well out there. This is not the best soap in the West, but it can be very serviceable sometimes. My favorite is their glycerin soap, which doesn't come with the kit, but it works a little better for me. Getting kind of a pasty lather. Just going to wet the tips of the brush some more. Try to get this down here. I have had good and not so good experiences with this soap. And it does have a pleasant, mild scent. Scent strength of only 1 or 2 out of 10 as far as just the strength of the scent. But I find it still to be a very pleasant scent, although it is a mild one. And that's going to have to do. I'm not expecting a lot from this. Oh, in my razor, I almost forgot on what I believe is it's going to be its second use, because it's a blade that's painted black. Treet. I can't put my little Sharpie marker dots on this. I guess I could try to cover up one of the numbers that are on each corner, well, on the top right and left corners of both sides of the blade, manufactured numbers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Some people flip their blades according to that, but that's the tuck that these come in. The so-called Black Beauty blades is what these are. Here we go, pass number 1 with the grain. This is a rather mild blade. This razor, although it doesn't look like a very aggressive razor, it always used to bite me until I started using the Treet Black Beauty blades. And we got about a day and a half worth of growth here. My video's late this week because I had a bit of a situation here, nothing major, but I decided not to do a video on my usual night, Saturday night, going into Sunday morning. I'll flip the razor here, get the other side of the face. The oil I prep my face with, the Hollywood Beauty Tea Tree oil, which I'll show you again. Some Family Dollars carry this. That's where I got my first bottle of this, but the Family Dollar where I am now doesn't carry this. So I ended up paying a little bit more to get it online on eBay, I think. Well, I'm sure it was eBay. A vendor on eBay. But it makes a nice oil to prep your face with, and then I let it soak in while I was trying to lather up the brush. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this razor now. Maybe there's a wider gap there than I gave this razor credit for. That's a fairly sizable gap. Maybe for a more hirsute gentleman or one with tougher skin, this might be just considered standard aggression, but for me it's a little bit aggressive, and it can bite me with a lot of regular blades. But here we go again. It's starting to look and feel like autumn here outside, although the temperature was 70 last time I checked, 70 Fahrenheit, of course. Some color to the trees. I hope we get a nice colorful autumn before the leaves all fall from the trees. I almost nicked myself there. I almost got myself. Maybe not. It would have been right there if it is. Kind of hard to tell. The camera shows things the mirror doesn't seem to. I find that these Treet Black Beauty blades are only good for 2 or 3 shaves. And they are another blade where there's kind of a split decision. Half the people I've talked to or seen talk about them on the internet, half love them and half hate them, it seems like. Excuse me. Seems like this is very much dissipated here. I've not normally had a lot of trouble with this soap dissipating, but it can. And I know I have not gotten the best lather here. Maybe I haven't tried hard enough. I used to keep this soap, when I had a puck of it, I would keep it in the bowl that came with the kit. It's just that when you're starting out, before that bowl sort of, before the puck rather sort of seals itself to the bowl, the puck will go round and round with the brush in the bowl when you're just starting out. So that's why I decided to keep it in a little plastic container and lather out of that, as I've seen other people do. Okay. Oh, still going, what is it, with the grain? Yeah, I am not expecting a lot from this shave, although I think it can be a decent shave, certainly more than passable. I'll flip the razor here. Well, I hope everyone had a decent weekend. Mine was a little bit more eventful than I would have liked, but tolerable for the most part. I don't know if I want to get into all the details. I've certainly had worse weekends. Went camping, and even though it was cold, we knew it was going to be cold, but we kind of got rained out anyway. Ended up sleeping in the car, me and my friend Josh. It was his idea. He begged me to go with him, but I wasn't as keen on the idea because the weather at night anyway is turning cold here. Okay, pass number 1 complete. I'll come back and then we'll do pass number 2 across the grain. Well, since I was off camera and felt I had a little bit more time, I tried a little harder to get a better lather. It still looks a little pasty, but it seems like a fuller covering of my face this time. Let's see how it goes. Pass number 2 across the grain. I guess when I'm on camera or going to be on camera, I feel like I need to, well, especially if I'm lathering on camera, I kind of don't take my time sometimes. I want to get straight to the shaving. When the lathering is a very important part of this hobby, obviously. Okay. This razor and one of my Gillette 7 o'clocks, the one with the hard plastic handle as opposed to the flip top one that could almost be a disposable razor. That and the 7 o'clock Gillette 7 o'clock razor with the hard plastic handle tended to bite me until I started using these Treet Black Beauty blades in them. And that Gillette razor I just mentioned, the 7 o'clock with a hard plastic handle, made in India, I believe, a 3-piece razor that one is. It used to also be the razor sold at Boots Chemists over in the UK, excuse me. Of course, that razor, it was labeled as different things. The Boots razor, the Gillette 7 o'clock. I guess it would just, if it has a name printed on the cap or engraved on the cap, because the cap was made of metal, which I think the base plate was too, some kind of metal. Different brandings. I think somebody else sold that same razor under a different name. Just like I think this is a razor that's sold under different brandings, but I got it through Italian Barber, their website, I believe it was, yeah, I'm sure it was, as the RazoRock DE1 razor, is what this one's called. At least that's how it's branded. In the UK or elsewhere across the pond, it might be labeled as something else. It might come in different finishes, like a gold or brass colored finish, perhaps. I think some of the less expensive Global Shave Club razors are also ones that are branded differently in other countries. Okay. I'm not going to have much of a shaving budget anyway the next few weeks because I was busy entertaining, and and also I had to go get a new identification because I registered to vote. Probably a good thing to vote, since better people than me fought and died for our right to do that in most places. And let's see here. I'm going to take it kind of easy because this, even though this razor doesn't seem to be biting me, this razor and blade combo, it seems like it could easily give me some irritation. I'll pop out, pop back in for shave number 3 against the grain. I'm going to start on my neck here for the against the grain pass. These blades do not seem to be very sharp. Smooth perhaps, but not necessarily sharp. I guess I do recommend these Treet Black Beauty blades. I'll show you the tuck again, although I'll do that in recaps too. These blades seem to be good for those one or two or however many razors you might have that have a tendency to bite you a little bit. Excuse me again. Now this razor does have enough of a gap that I could almost not do the cutaway for the rinsing, because it rinses rather quickly because it's got a fairly good sized gap there. Like I said earlier, it was more of a gap than I gave this razor credit for, but I knew it kept biting me and I wasn't paying attention to the gap. Not a huge gap, not a, what is it, a Mueller R41 or whatever, probably not that kind of gap, but I don't own one of those razors, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But those are kind of notoriously known as the most aggressive, or at least a very aggressive razor. Let's see. I still like the smell of this soap. I feel like I get good protection from this soap, but the slickness is not very good. It's a little drying, this soap is. And I feel like you know what? I said Van Yule. Monica Gillen is going to flippin' well kill me. This is Vander Hagen, not Van Yule. I'm going to have to put some corrections down below. What an idiot I am sometimes. Van this, Van that. There's even a Van der Lovett brand of soap in Holland, I think, that I can't seem to get here. Let me rinse the razor. I think this whole shave I've been missaying the name of this soap. Anyway, I'll put corrections below. Anyway, Monica's gonna kill me anyway, even though I love her soaps, but we do not share the same politics. So she unfriended me and several people over that, although in her defense, she was going through some things at that time, having some family problems, she said. I don't know what those were, it's none of my business, but problems enough that her business closed for a while. I believe it's back open now. What a flippin' idiot I am. I knew I was saying something wrong, but I couldn't quite get it through the gray matter here. And it had been so long since I had used these soaps, anything from Vander Hagen, except possibly their glycerin soap. It has a different scent than their regular soap, but one thing, perhaps the only thing other than this soap is serviceable, the only thing that I like about this soap is the scent of it. Mild, but I think it's very pleasant. I think they did well on that. And it does seem very traditional. Okay, I'm going to pop out, pop back in, and then it will be pickup time, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here's the pickup time clock, everybody. It's pickup time. And here we go. Excuse me. Yeah, I would like to try some of that Vander Lovett soap from Holland, I think it is, but can't get it here. Tried to buy it from their website, but they don't accept American dollars. And I bet it's a good soap. I have some other soap from Holland. A couple of different soaps. One's okay, and another other one's pretty good. Let's see. I may have to put a disclaimer at the beginning of this video saying I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Then Vander Hagen soap. Can't believe I was calling it Van Yule. Yeah, surely if she even deigns to watch my videos anymore, surely Monica Gillen, proprietor of Van Yule, will have something to say. Tell me what an idiot I am. But because of my politics, she may think I'm an idiot anyway. But also in her defense, I think it doesn't matter who the president is. Her hard work, we're going to make her business profitable at some point anyway. And so it did become profitable. Wow. This is turning out better than I thought it would. I don't want to go too crazy here. I'm going to rinse this and do a bit of a slickness test, but I already know how that's going to go. This is not necessarily a very slick soap. Well, I'm getting some slickness from it over here on this side. Still hearing audio feedback here. And I don't want to go too crazy, but yeah. But I was not expecting a whole lot from this shave. It'll make me certainly presentable, but maybe that's about it. Yeah, I'm kind of getting the feeling I could have got this same shave with a cartridge or disposable razor. Second use on this blade, and yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but at the same time, I'm not disappointed because I wasn't expecting a whole lot, and I feel like, except for possibly a couple of places, my trouble spots, that I got maybe a little bit better shave than I was expecting. But anyway, that's the shave that was of the day. And let's see, I'm going to rinse my face, the razor, the brush, and I'll come back and we'll say hello to our good friend, Mr. Teal. Here he is, our good friend, Mr. Teal. You know him, you love him, you can't live without him. For some reason, the drying off of the face and neck, very nice part of a shave, and gives you some feedback as to how well you did. Face is fine. The neck could be a little better. You hear that? But it could also be a lot worse too. And I don't want to end up with ingrown hairs or whatever. So we'll fold Mr. Teal, put him back where he goes, make sure we got his tag on the inside, because I'm a little OCD about that. And I'll start a recap and put the finishing touches on the shave here. Well, I started out beforehand off camera. I prepped my face with the inexpensive and very nice Hollywood Beauty tea tree oil. Very good as a face prep, I think. My razor was the RazoRock. Let's see. I have that upside down. I can't tell. Yeah, no, I don't. RazoRock DE1 3-piece razor. In there on its second use, I believe it's a second use anyway, a Treet, what they call the Black Beauty blade, because that's the color of the printing on the blade is printed black. The edge itself, the edges of the blade look like a regular blade. My brush, which I haven't really shaken out here, but it's the Vie-Long horsehair brush, the small one with kind of a, I guess that's the butterscotch handle, I think. And my soap was this Hagen, not Vanule, Hagen. Vanule makes a lot better soaps than this, but it's a starter soap, basically, the Hagen regular shaving soap. Not the greatest soap, but I think it does have a very pleasant scent, in my opinion. Let's see, I don't think I'm forgetting anything, so I'm going to move over here. And Walmart was out of the brands of Witch Hazel I normally buy. Their store brand Equate and the T.N. Dickinson's, both of which I'm running low on. But they did have, for about $5, this Dr. Teal's Witch Hazel facial toner. They had two kinds, lavender and rose water. I got the rose water kind. And it's got all kinds of things in here. Nice things, I mean. Now, let me shake this up. And this is just a toner. There's no alcohol in it. So I'll put that on my face. Kind of flinging some of it everywhere, but that's okay. Oh, it smells nice too. a brand of witch hazel / rose water that I had not tried before, although I've seen Dr. Teal's products on the shelves of the stores from time to time. Okay, that's pretty nice. I'll dry my hands off. Move over here, something else new to me, but certainly not new to the world or the shaving world. And I'll shake this up some too. The Aqua Velva Ice Sport cooling aftershave. I've had Aqua Velva and I've even got the Spanish Aqua Velva, but I didn't have this. And since it's a smaller bottle, I guess, it has a narrower restrictor, I think, than the regular sized bottles of the classic blue Aqua Velva that they sell here. Very nice. A little bit different than the classic blue, I think. Maybe a little bit closer to the Spanish Aqua Velva, or whatever is sold in Europe, which still comes in the glass bottles. Let's see. Yeah, getting some sting, but oh well. I forgot to put a little on the wrists. And let's see. I'll just wipe off on my t-shirt here. Not a bad smelling stuff. I'll show you those two things again. I don't want to, well, I'm running out of time here, but Aqua Velva Ice Sport, and before that, the Dr. Teal's Rose Water Witch Hazel. One more thing, and then I gotta bomb out of here. Nivea Men Sensitive Post-Shave Balm. No alcohol, no parabens. If I can get it to pour, whoa, that's probably enough or more than enough there in my hand. I find that this stuff absorbs even faster than the original Nivea for Men post-shave balm. And maybe you do need just a tad bit more of it to cover your face and neck and back of the neck and whatever, but that's going to have to do. I got to go. I'm running over. Thanks for watching this show. Come back next time, folks. Thank you. May you have peace and drive safely.